Hey everybody, my name is Zach with Realize the Market, and you're tuned in to the Think Realize the Market podcast. Our goal is to connect with entrepreneurs by providing a platform to help others through their experiences. Today we're coming to you live from the Los Angeles Small Business Expo with a very special guest, Sandra Plata. How are you doing today, Sandra?
Hey guys, how are you? Doing well. Thank you for inviting me, and this is just very exciting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Glad to have you here, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you for the invite.
For sure. So why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are and what it is that you do?
Sure. Well, I am a first-generation business owner, Latin woman coming from Mexico. I got to the United States about 16 years ago, and I have always loved business. My major was in marketing. And I'm a mom. I have two beautiful girls, have a son as well. And we adventured with entrepreneurship about 7 years ago when we co-founded a co-working space. This concept was fairly new to us. And now it's just like any coffee shop. You know, many of them are coming up.
Oh, yeah.
So I am a creative mind and a positive person that likes to see opportunities wherever we go. And that's, full entrepreneurship.
Yes, it's wonderful to hear that that you were able to kind of go past that barrier. Like you said, first generation. I love that you use that terminology because same as well on my end. First generation and entrepreneurship, and even same thing for him as well. And it's a hard threshold to break past, but I'm so grateful and proud that you were able to make it to where you are. That's awesome.
Likewise in here.
So what's your co-working space called?
Cowork Southbay. We are located in Torrance, right in the center of South Bay. We're across with major streets and all freeways around. We're near beach cities, so it's pretty fun.
Okay, so what are the benefits of building a community within a co-working space for somebody interested in joining?
Gosh, it honestly took me about 4 years to be able to answer this question to someone.
Okay.
Really, when you work in a co-working space, you have the freedom of being you as a professional, as a startup, as an entrepreneur, and you work with like-minded people that share the same struggles, the same needs, or maybe the same questions that you have. And the comfort of having to just get up to get a cup of coffee to share with someone those struggles you may have or questions, and anybody will answer to them friendly. That's just kind of supports your auto-esteem in business, supports your community spirit, and you realize that are only there to create and do work. You are also there to support others and give to the community, and that just feels much better.
I definitely agree. I think I'm very passionate about that myself, as building a community around me, and in a way that the people around me are comfortable enough to be who they are because they're being supported for that.
Yes.
And I think that's incredible if you're able to offer something like that through a co-working space where people can come together for exactly who they are to build together.
Yes, definitely.
So other than that, do you think that the co-working space community offers opportunities for networking and collaboration that traditional business offices just might not?
Oh my gosh, yes. Because when you go to work, I haven't worked in an office in a while, but I do remember you go to work, you check in, you check out. Everybody kind of wonders why you go to get coffee every 2 hours or every 15 minutes. You are there as a requirement, right? You're doing your job, but it's a requirement.
Right.
But when you are in a co-working space, you choose to be there.
Yes.
You probably went and shop around and realized that this place is for me because I see people like me. And so when you take that release, or you release those thoughts of your mind of having to worry about checking in with people or what others are thinking or seeing from you, and you are just there to create and get work done, you become so productive. And so I do believe that the freedom a co-working space provides to remote employees, entrepreneurs, or any creatives is huge. It is just no overhead at all. All you are there for is work.
I love that. And you know, even for us, we use a co-working space for our podcasts. And, you know, in that environment of us, you know, interviewing other business owners, we actually have business owners come up to us and say, hey, what are you guys doing here? And they'd be like, oh, well, I'd love to get interviewed too. You know, in that co-working space, you know, we really get to share that information in that environment with each other and help each other grow.
Yes, I definitely think co-working spaces are here to stay and are going to keep growing simply because they increase productivity. People are happy. People are there by choice, no overhead, and they become very creative when they are surrounded with other creatives. So I think this is to stay.
I love that you say they become more creative being surrounded by other creatives, because I think a lot of times coming into entrepreneurship, a lot of your time is spent alone. And I mean, until you have a team of people who are helping you,
Right.
but sometimes spending too much time alone can kind of, you can almost like maybe put yourself into a box or kind of get into situations that are really hard to get yourself out of, because you're not, there's no other outside opinions coming in to like help you develop whatever it is that you're doing. And I think co-working spaces offer a solution to that. Whereas if you're kind of a solo entrepreneur, like it's great to go plug yourself into a community of like-minded thinkers who are creative to help ignite that spark, to help
sounds
you
right.
think more creatively about your business.
Yeah, no, that sounds right. And you know, there is no competition. When you are working with other successful people, there is no jealousy, there is no professional jealousy, there is no competition. There is just this crazy positive vibe of everybody helping each other, like all good vibes. If someone-
Inspiration.
yeah, it's inspirational and creativity is contagious. And co-working spaces just are the perfect space for that.
Yeah, it's a nice commingle.
Yeah.
So what do you see the future of co-working spaces looking like?
You know, I think with the changes we have had, with what we have experienced the last 2 years with business and the new adjustments, I think co-working spaces are going to continue growing. And not just that, but I believe they could be kind of a mandatory thing to have into a community, because when we have a check-in, check-out workplace by no choice, you are limiting people to be them. And if you let them just be them, oh my gosh, the things they create are amazing. And I think eventually companies and everyone is going to realize that people can get the same job done in 3 days, 4 days versus 5, 6, you know?
For sure, and I think that's definitely happening now. I mean, a lot of really big companies are starting to let more and more people work from home, but then at the same time still having that ability to go to a co-working space and be able to work with other people is massive, and I don't think that need is ever going to go away.
I don't think so. I think we've been trained now to be free and to make right choices and use our time wisely now, because we know things could change anytime. And I think people are more cautious of how they choose to do, how they choose to use their time. And you will be surprised, our co-working space is a 24/7 access. Sometimes we want to schedule maintenance or one kind of thing at 11 o'clock p.m. because it seems to be a good time. Nope, it's busy, it's crowded. So we love the fact that when someone wants to get something done, they just know where to go. You know, they have everything they need, and you don't have to worry about the little details that take you away from the real thing.
And I think big businesses and corporations are going to catch on to it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not going to go back. We're not going to go back to what, you know, the old office ways. I mean, COVID really changed how we work, and I think that co-working space really blends those two together, where we can work from home, but like Zach said, work from home, but still have that creative space to go to. And I think that's extremely beneficial, like you were saying, for an employee to be able to be creative, and then that's beneficial for the corporation because now they have more productive employees.
No, yes, definitely. You know what? For some reason, I'm coming to this conclusion now after 7 years of owning this co-working space, but I wanted to make it so complicated. I wanted to find these things that will make people come and feel that they belong there, and it really is not complicated. It's just very simple. And I think once companies realize that simplicity is more productive than all these crazy things they add to us, they take away maybe a third of our time just by going through rules, policies, and all the requirements they have. But if they just let us be creative and productive, gosh, they will save some payroll in there.
And that kind of, you know, I was going to ask, you know, what kind of benefits specifically would you offer to an entrepreneur who wanted to join your co-working space? And it kind of sounds like, you know, simplicity is what the main benefit is, because we've looked into other co-working spaces before, like you said, that just offer so much that I'm like, I don't know how this is really going to benefit us. How is us investing in this space to get all of these extra amenities that I'm not really looking for?
Right.
It's just not really making sense. So what benefits do you offer outside of that simplicity?
You listen very well because you did say it, simplicity. Our co-working space is very simple and bases everything on what really the need is. You need a space to get work done, you need AC, you need printer, you need super fast Wi-Fi, you need like-minded people, you need inspiration, and you need the most important thing that we can miss, and is our culture, community. So our community is amazing. Thanks to them, we were able to stay open through COVID, because our community is very loyal, but they are not there just because it takes every member to create that community. And of course, we help them live that. But what they come to get with us is freedom, is no limitations. You know, we have obviously our standards and our rules, but if you have a specific need, we're open door. And if we can accommodate that, why not? We're there to make everyone succeed. Everybody's success is our own success, right? And we can share their stories. We also founded a networking group, B2B. So B2B work together better. And so since we have a lot of entrepreneurs in there, what a best space to do that than us. So we are not only there providing a space, we're also providing for them the connections and networking and the balance of community that they need. I think that's what we offer, you know, not just chairs and desks.
Yeah, that's a big plus. Those are some major things that you need to keep moving forward.
They definitely
Yes.
are, and I love that you touched on freedom too, because I think a lot of people feel trapped whenever they're going to a 9 to 5 in an office that they don't like going to. So to kind of break free of those chains and kind of let your mind, work creatively as it pleases with the freedom that you have to make the most out of your time, I mean, that can inspire so many people. So, I mean, just keep what you're doing, keep doing what you're doing, and if, we were to send anybody your way, how can people find you?
Sure, they can find us in our website, coworksouthbay.com. We also have an Instagram at coworksouthbay.com. We are in LinkedIn, we are in Facebook, and soon enough we'll be running all the networking events in LA, since we are promoting our B2B networking group, and we are inviting our members to that. So yeah.
When's your next networking event?
We actually have a pop-up art show October 13th, 6 to 9 p.m. So we are inviting creatives of the South Bay to come and show their work. And also we're going to have like free drinks, free snacks, free food. We have sponsors that will provide yummy food. So we are back to those big events because our community is asking for. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I definitely appreciate you sitting down, taking some time with us. That should do it. Go ahead and follow Sandra.
Yes.
Shoot her an email if you're interested in joining
please.
the co-working space.
info@coworksouthbay.com or Sandra Plata at coworksouthbay.com.
Awesome.
There we have it.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Realize the Market. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.